Yeah, what's up? What's good? What's cracking? Welcome to the King and Me Show. I'm one half of this thing, King.
Hey y'all, it's me, Michelle. How y'all doing?
And we here at the King and Me Show attempt to offer a real outlook on a healthy relationship. Real being relatable,
Entertaining
accountable.
and loving.
We are back, biggity bizak for 2026. I'm excited about this upcoming year. How about you?
Me too. And to get us started, because this is the first Monday in the new year, we're going
Yeah.
to take this 2025 calendar and say so long,
Bam.
and then introduce the 2026 calendar. So what picture does January hold for us?
Let's
If I
see.
can get it to move, I should have pre-prepped this. Okay.
You got it.
All right, you ready?
Yep, let's see.
All right, our faces are not in this one.
All right, let me take a look. So this is okay. You went sentimental to start us off.
I did. So what this is a picture of King recovering from his surgery, and then the caption down at the bottom says becoming part cyborg was not the easiest task to achieve. So this last year in January, he had his surgery to have a defibrillator put in, and he jokes that he became part cyborg. And I figured that that was a great way to get the year started off, just to reflect on how far he's come.
Wow, you know what? That's dope. And really taking a look back at that time too, that right there, if y'all are in a relationship or if you really want to know if somebody cares about you, get sick and see if they stick around.
Okay, sure.
Because that right there, just to put things in perspective, I could not do a lot on my own. And if I tried to, you would not let me. So for that and everything that you did, I want to publicly, and I know I acknowledge you then, but looking back at it, I want to say thank you again, because that's big time. Like, that's one of the things that, like, it can really test a relationship to see if somebody's going to be there for you or not. So thank you.
You're welcome. May I make a joke?
Oh, please do.
Handling you post surgery is easier than handling you with a common cold. Like, I'm gonna just be transparent.
Why was that? Because I wasn't mobile? Because at least with a common cold, I can be mobile.
You're hard headed with the cold.
I am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am. I don't like getting sick. Period.
And he does not do it. It's like he takes it out on everyone that he is sick. And it is the worst experience ever. So surgery, piece of cake. Cold?
You just don't have to be around me. You can just not be around me until I'm better. And then I'd be like, babe.
I do love you regardless.
Good deal. When have I ever, like, besides your foot surgery, that was not the only thing that you've been down for.
Yeah.
That's good. You know what? Let's go. Let's hope that 2026 brings us both health and wealth for the remainder of this calendar year. That's what we're looking for. Health. No surgeries, no bad illnesses like that would hit me up over Christmas break. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, none of that. None of that ever again.
Let's get some of the marketing out the way. We are streaming across multiple platforms. We also are almost in a partnership with Creation Station that'll be launched and announced soon. We're not going to be streaming on Period Productions for this one because he has to retool some stuff. But we do have a partnership with Period Productions, one of the best videographers out there, based out of Atlanta, Georgia, but he does travel. Look up Perry, Perry Productions on Facebook for his work and how to book him. And that's all the partnerships that we have for now. Oh, and we do have a clips channel. So if you're more interested in our short form content than our long form content, look up the King and Me Show clips over on YouTube, where we put our short form content and some other stuff. I think we're going to put a little bit more of the behind the scenes things. Some of our vlogs, things that aren't long form content like this, is going to go over there. Like our awkward photo shoot, which if you have not seen those photos, go check them out.
Please and thank you.
Did we put those on the community tab?
I think so.
Okay. Something that we're going to be doing a lot more of in 2026
sure,
is the community tab's about to get a lot of love. Are we about to be real intentional about everything that's going into 2026 because we have a lot going on. Like the first couple of months is going to kind of be dull, but come like May, oh man, oh yeah, look at that awkward photo.
And look at me, I'm just flying through the air. Flying.
But that's one of the things, like, we talked about how we were going to be moving in and then that didn't happen. But there was a reason for it. She's not happy about it, but such is life. I don't care. We are going to be moving in this summer though, but along with that, there's going to be the move in. You have a professional development thing that's going to be happening around that same time. Your 40th birthday is coming up. The big 40, and that's a milestone birthday. She asked me what I wanted to do. I'm like, nothing. And here's the thing. I'm telling her nothing. Let me say this very clear. Do nothing for my birthday. Matter of fact, I'll tell you off camera what I would like for you to do for my birthday. Wink, wink, giggity, giggity.
My hair's not working. You said do something for your birthday?
No.
Got it. Back.
No, because this year's your 40th. There's some other stuff that we're trying to do next year for Turks and Caicos. We're planning a all expense paid, really fantastic thing for Turks and Caicos for 2027. But with us moving in together in 2026, we got a budget for a lot of stuff because we're essentially moving in with nothing. Brand spanking new. And things cost money. So we've been saving and planning for that over the last couple of months. That was a factor in why I suggested that we wait additional time so that we can knock out all of the things that we're trying to do this year and not really have to worry about anything. I don't like to worry. This is a worry-free life.
Okay, so going back to your birthday, right? What does my turning 40 have to do with celebrating your 42nd birthday?
I don't want to do anything for my 42nd birthday.
I'm not going to do anything.
You will do something.
You said you don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. Okay.
You will do something still, and that's frustrating. Unfrustrate my life and just do nothing. And just be
So
there.
What I did for you last year was frustrating?
No, you in general with doing things. Don't do nothing. Hear me. Do nothing and love it. Know that you gave your man exactly what he asked for, which was nothing.
So you don't want a cake or anything?
No.
A pie?
No. I had a very inappropriate pie joke that I can't say.
You don't want a shirt that says happy birthday?
No.
Balloons?
No.
Like, you don't want anything?
It's not a milestone birthday. No.
But it's still a birthday.
Kiss me, say happy birthday, and like I said, I'll tell you off camera what I want. I can't say it on camera because we PG-13 up in this joint. It's not hard.
It actually is quite hard, but hey, I digress. Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We
just got back from New Orleans. We'd like to give a shout out to, I actually got a chance to see some of my old high school friends, buddies that we're still tight with. Right before New Year's Eve, a buddy of mine, the Rousers, and their family traveled from down south and hit up the East Coast, and they made some time to see both Michelle and I, and we met them and their two wonderful kids. Fantastic family. Love y'all. Y'all are awesome. And then right after that, we traveled down to New Orleans, and it was a getaway trip. It was a trip to get another state on your list because you're trying to get 50 by 50. And we hit up New Orleans, a city that you and I had both never been to. And I also happen to know somebody that I played football with who lives down there as well. And we met him, his wife, and her brother. So shout out to the Paces. I don't know what the maiden name is for the wife and the brother, but to Emma, Gavin, and Carlos, we appreciate the love and hospitality that y'all showed us, taking us through the city of New Orleans, Wody, Cash Money Records, Hootie Hoo.
Down for the 99 and the 2000, or in this case, the 25 and the 26.
What did you like about New Orleans?
I love the walkability of the city.
Yes.
So I'm a city girl at heart. Well, not at heart. I'm a city girl. I'm from Baltimore City. I'm used to being able to walk to the things that I want to get to and not have to worry about public transportation. So after, I want to say, like, the first night, I realized just how close in proximity everything was. And I'm just like, oh, I love this. I love being able to just get up and go walk somewhere, walk 2 minutes, and I'm at a corner store and I can buy whatever I need. Or if you're in New York, a bodega, whatever. Like, I like that vibe. There are costs of living in a city, but hey, I loved it. I also loved like the walkability proximity of everything, because the aquarium was right outside of our hotel, literally right outside of our hotel. We went on a steamboat tour, which was right outside of the hotel. I loved it. It was nice. I will say, I am from a city, but I'm not from a southern city. I am from Baltimore, and we just a little bit different up here. So
What you
again,
mean?
while Maryland is a southern state, it's not the South. The South is different. The South has people who are actually friendly, and they move at a snail's pace, like everything. And I mean, again, New Orleans' nickname is the Big Easy. Everything is laissez-faire, and let's just go with the flow. It's very, very laid back in New Orleans, and it's like that in the South in general. And I'm not used to it. I am wham bam, like, let's go. I walk with intentionality. I do things with intentionality. I don't stand at nobody's counter and just like, well, let me just think about what I want to get here. Like, that's not me. I am very much, I pull up to something. I know what I want to get. I'm trying to do it quickly. I talk quickly. When you in the South, it's hard for someone with ADHD to just stand there and listen to Southern people talk, because they take so long to get to the point that they're trying to make.
Well, I declare this little glass here is so
You know
fancy.
what?
I'm so glad that I got this.
And I'm just like, get to the point, my dude. Like, get to the point. Talk fast. And I'm not trying to be mean, but that A is part of my makeup because of the ADHD. And then B is also a part of who I am because I am from a city and we just do things faster. Not necessarily saying it's better, but to say it's faster, more efficient.
Okay.
So, what did you like most about it?
I like the food. If you're not vegan, there are plenty of food options down there. And there's vegan options as well.
There are vegan options.
But we're going to talk about that here in a second. There are so many different food options, and all of them are good. No matter where you go, you can't hit a block without a place to eat. And the prices, I think, are good for the value and the amount for what you get. So that's what I definitely liked. What I say that maybe what would I not like? If you want quiet, I wouldn't stay like in the French Quarter or Bourbon Street or anywhere off in that area. I would say stay away from
just French Quarter in
the
general.
French Quarter in general.
Yeah, because that's where we stayed. We did stay in the French Quarter.
Yep, and stay like outside of there. We stayed at the Westin, which, look, Westin, if y'all are watching this, the Westin in New Orleans, great hotel. Location, beautiful. You can't beat it.
Chef's kiss.
And if you request and get a room with the view of the river, second to none. Can't beat it. We got there late because our flight departed late. And I even put in the app what I expected my check-in time to be, which was after normal check-in time. They say check-ins after 3. I said, we'll be checking in after 5. We get there at 7. Was our room ready? Nope. Now, they said, you might give us your number and we'll contact you when it gets ready, blah, blah, blah. And they said it might take about an hour. Maybe it took 15 minutes. But still, to sit and wait after you've already been delayed on a time that you were going to be arriving later than normal check-in time anyway, that's not good business. I wrote to the Marriott or Westin and they haven't responded back yet. So downgrade on that, but the value and overall, if you take that away, it was a fantastic stay.
And I agree. The one thing that you were saying about noise is that's the thing about being in a city, and French Quarter is the oldest city portion of New Orleans. You have to take that into consideration. City comes with noise. So we had this beautiful view of the river, right? Like absolutely amazing. Could open up the curtains in the morning and just look out at French Quarter over here and then the river over here, the Mississippi River to be specific. It was beautiful. Downfall is there are boats and literally steamboats and they blow their horns. And if you happen to get up to go pee at the wrong time, you're going to hear all of them horns blowing. in the night, and that can be a lot. But so you know how typically in the South things are cheaper than they are in the North. Like if you're my New York friend, my Baltimore friend, DC friend, when we go to like beyond Virginia, beyond Richmond, Virginia, more south of Richmond, we expect prices to take a dive. Like prices take a dive after Richmond, VA. Like that's what we hold in our minds. No, New Orleans will not live up to that expectation.
No,
It will be as costly as things that you would get in more northern cities, but the
more.
difference is the portion size.
Mhm.
The portion size is substantially larger. So you will get like healthy portions for something, but it is going to cost you northern money, which I guess, offsets and makes it fine.
Let's publicly shame the vegan place that we tried to get to.
So we tried to order food from this place called Two Fat Vegans, right? And fat being PHAT. We were on the steamboat. I placed the order through Two Fat Vegans. This time, not through Uber Eats. I placed it through them.
Let me jump in and say one thing real quick.
Yeah.
So the plan was to come off the steamboat, go this way to get the food, and then come back past the steamboat, back this way, back to the hotel. So this goes into why we got frustrated. Continue.
So we placed the order before we even got off of the ship. I placed the order, right? It said it was going to take 15 minutes. The walk alone was going to be 16 minutes. Plus, again, we still hadn't gotten off the ship. So by the time we get off the ship and embark on our walk and get to the place, and we got like a little bit lost, not lost, a little bit detoured because they were doing some construction on some of the roads that we needed to walk to be able to get there. By the time we got there, we want to say it was probably like a 20-minute difference from when we placed the order.
Mm-hmm.
So we get there, the door to the restaurant, again, Two PHAT Vegans, we get there, the door is open and we walk in and there's no one at the counter. Like it's this small, obviously mom and pop type restaurant, definitely not a chain. Like you're not going to run into a lot of chains in French Quarter. So we go there and we're standing there and we're like, no one, we waited probably like 2-3 minutes. King saw a bell and he pressed the bell. We had been calling in the back saying, hello, hello, hello.
Yep.
After about like the 5-minute mark, King pressed the bell and there were some gentlemen outside. And King and I were both thinking, we didn't say it out loud, but King and I were both thinking, there's no way that we walked past people to get in here and one of them could be an employee. Like that's not even possible.
It's just not possible that we are going in this door into y'all building, literally walking past your shoulders.
Had to walk past you because the door was here. The people were sitting here. So we had to walk past them to go inside. We're like, there's no way that we just walked past employees. So let me, Michelle, go outside and see if any of these young men who are sitting out here happen to know where the employees are. So again, King is ringing the bell and still shouting in the back. And I go outside and I'm like, hey, excuse me, do you know anyone who works here? And one of the young men who had been sitting out there was like, oh, my bad. And then came inside, instantly pissed off. Like you saw us walk by to go in here and you just sat there. So he comes in and he asks for my name so that he can look up the order. He looks for the order. He looks in the back and he realizes, and I'm assuming he realizes the order has not been made yet. He looks at me dead in my eyes and he's like, it's going to be 5 minutes. And I'm thinking, okay.
I'm thinking, oh, hell no.
So he grabs a pair of gloves, like the, sanitary gloves, and puts them on. But here's my issue. I never heard any water running. So you're coming in from outside, and just so you know, in case you've never been to New Orleans, in case you've never been to NOLA, basically everything flies. Someone put it to us in a great way. New Orleans is Gotham City, so anything flies. So all we've seen the whole time that we've been here is young men and young women smoking weed and drinking out in public because it's very much legal. So I'm not knocking their behavior. I'm just saying you can very much do that out in the open. So here comes this young man from being outside doing exactly that, smoking and drinking with everybody else, comes in and he just puts on gloves to just start working. You don't wash your hands. You don't do anything. You don't put a hairnet on. You don't do none of that. And I hear not water running, but a microwave being operated. And I'm standing there at the highest level of passivity.
Yes, she was.
And King is like, so what do you want to do? And I'm like, what I want is to have a level of professionalism. Like, I get it. It's the big easy, but there still has to be a level of professionalism,
Agreed.
a level of decorum, a level of sanitary behavior, something. So I emailed them as well as we were walking out because I had already spent my money.
We just walked out. We were like, you know what?
Just walked out.
Like, let's just go. We said nothing to nobody.
We just walked out.
Just said, let's just go. We'll eat this cost, whatever. Let's just go. So we didn't tell them. We just left. And I'm pretty sure like after they got done, they got walked out, was probably like, where'd they go? Or maybe, I'm curious, like if he asked the other people, hey, where did that couple go? Yeah, we just dipped.
We just left.
He said, we're not going to deal with this.
Because the truth is, I was not going to eat something that I clearly just saw you walk in, and putting on gloves means nothing to me. Like, look at it this way. If you're about to have open heart surgery or something like that, or someone's about to operate on you, they don't just put on gloves. Like, they wash their hands. There's a level of removing contamination and germs that they go through before they put on the gloves. Like, they create a sterile environment as best as possible. And I'm sorry, but I expect that when it comes to my food as well.
You should. So that place, Two Fat Vegans.
The number 2, PHAT Vegans.
No.
And it's okay. I already went to Google and posted my comments too.
Do not recommend. Outside of that, everything else about New Orleans was great.
Yes.
The music was good, depending on where you went to. The fireworks celebration for New Year's was dope. It wasn't as bad because they had that incident going from 24 to 25. There was extra security going from 25 to 26. And it wasn't like, oh, the military's in the streets. You saw a few National Guard and things like that. You definitely saw them like on every block though. Not National Guard on every block, but just police around every block.
Yeah, that presence was definitely there.
It was definitely there. But outside of one instance where I was going into a restroom and a guy was coming out of a restroom at the Caesars Casino, outside of one instance where somebody told me to watch where I was going when this food was on the wrong, like culturally, you walk on the right side going down hallways and things like that. In America. So this guy, not only was he on the wrong side, he was looking not in the direction that he was walking. So he almost ran into me. I said, excuse me, even though I wasn't in the wrong, expecting him to also convey the same type of thing or go, oh, hey, man, my bad.
You know how you guys are.
He just goes, watch where you walking. I can't repeat what I said here because we don't do that on this channel. But I was ready to throw some hands in case this guy wanted to do something.
Bows, okay.
And instead, he just looked and then walked away. And I was kind of like, man, I wanted the squabble. I did.
I did not.
I don't know what it is.
You to squabble. Never.
Why?
Because
sometimes you just got to throw hands.
You are former military. Your size and everything. I don't need no one claiming any extra foolishness or anything interfering with your good government job, okay?
Our Uber driver said that they do the law a little bit different down there in them parishes.
Yeah, them laws a little bit different down in Louisiana. So first of all, Louisiana doesn't have counties. It has 67 parishes. Which comes from the old name of what it used to be called when it was owned by the French before it was acquired by Andrew Jackson, President Andrew Jackson, with the Louisiana Purchase. They still live by all of that. They are only 6 feet above water. So down there, they don't bury people underground. You get buried above ground. So
every cemetery.
You know how people be joking and be like, I'd rather be judged by 12. Judged by 12 than carried by 6, or I'll put you 6 feet underground. Well, in New Orleans, they don't put you 6 feet under.
They don't put you 6 feet under. You be above ground.
I'm gonna put you on the ground, like, and it could just be something totally different. But other than that, it's beautiful, amazing history. I love just the thought of being able to go outside and then embrace life. Things were different. We want you to go and like check it out so that you can join in on our discussion of who has the best beignets.
Yes.
Who has the best beignets? Is it Cafe du Monde, which is what everyone will tell you to go to? Or is it Cafe Beignet, which is where a local told us to go? And to be honest, Cafe du Monde, they specialize in, well, actually, the only food on their menu is our beignets. Like that's it. That's the only food they serve, and they serve that with a heaping ton of powdered sugar. So here's hoping you like powdered sugar. They are a cash only establishment, and they are efficient at what they do. So we went to one that had like the whole table set up and everything, not the one in the airport.
We went to the original store.
Okay,
because there's about
several,
5 or 6. But we went to the original store on Decatur Street.
So we went to that one, and like they had all these tables, and there was literally just someone who stood there and like waved you in as you wanted to come in and sit down. And to be honest, coming in to sit down and get our beignets was faster than the people who were waiting in line for just to go orders. Like it's this whole setup. They clean off the table, and then the waiter or waitress, the server comes and takes your order. And they're like, we're cash only. You understand that? And we're like, yep, we understand that. They go back, they get it. And again, it's beignets and a beverage. Like, that's it.
Did I tip? I did tip.
You did tip. I saw you tip.
Okay.
So, you do all of that, and like that's it. Whereas Cafe Beignet, despite their name, they actually sell more than just beignets. But Cafe du Monde, their beignets were probably about like the size of the palm of my hand. Cafe Beignet, their beignets were about the size of my hand, and it had less powdered sugar. It was fluffier, more airy. It was definitely, for me, it gave vibes. I loved Cafe Beignet more than I loved Cafe du Monde. And also with Cafe Beignet, they accept cards. So there is that.
And they have other foods.
Yeah, they have other foods.
And a lot of different stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
but both have quick service.
Yes.
So both have very quick service. When we went to Cafe Beignet, we were ordering to go over to someone's house. So we ordered 12, and they came out pretty quickly. I want to say within like a 5-minute wait. So probably like the same wait that we had when we went to Cafe du Monde. And they were fresh. Okay. They were so fresh that by the time we even took the Uber to the person's house that we were going to and took them out the bag, they were still fresh. They were still hot. They were nice, warm, and like ready to be torn into.
Now, what are we, how do I ask this?
I don't know.
What are we leaving in 2025? I'm going to tell you what I want other people to leave in 2025.
All right.
Stop asking when we get married.
Please and thank you. Like,
just stop.
We talked about this back in August when we came back from Vegas. I did a whole blog post about it. Legitimately, if you can see this, please stop asking when we're getting married. Because at this point, it's offensive to me. Like, it really does. And I'm not even kidding. It really does take me down a spiral that has me questioning a lot of things about myself, because it's like, am I not good enough for you to just like back away from the subject? So please stop asking if we're getting married. Stop asking when we're getting married. Stop saying, did King propose to you yet? Don't you want to have kids? No, I don't want to have kids. I'm a teacher. I got enough kids. Like, I'm good. I don't want kids.
And who wants to be 40 with kids?
Right. Like, that's not appealing. Like, I'm going through perimenopause. The last thing I want to be doing is breastfeeding some pick-me. No, I don't want kids. And just please stop asking when we're getting married. Like, seriously.
So that's what we want other people to leave in 2025. Do you have anything that you would like to leave in 2025?
I would like us, you and I, to leave poor communication in 2025.
That can be difficult. Communications are one of those things that have to be worked on. I agree with you. We should leave poor communications in 2025. But it's a worked on thing. But no, I shouldn't have said but. However. Not in addition to, that doesn't work. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Poor communications are one of the pillars that we talk about that can derail a relationship.
Yeah.
And I would absolutely 100% agree with you that we should leave poor communication in 2025. It is a thing that I don't think is going to be perfect every single time,
No.
and we should have grace for that.
And that's the thing. I never want perfection. I want progress. And I think that's where people often, get lost in the sauce with things. I don't need our relationship to be perfect. I need us to constantly progress and not stay stagnant and not just accept things for how they are. Like, oh, well, that's just, how he is. That's how she is. That's just how it's going to be. No, let's continue to grow. Let's continue to progress. So I am all for progression, not perfection.
Okay. That was a us thing. I need Michelle to give a what is Michelle leaving behind in 2025. And I agree. For the us thing, which is what I was going to ask at the end, yeah, I co-sign that.
What am I leaving behind? I am going to do my darndest
Mm-hmm.
to leave behind unnecessary stress. So if I feel something is stressing me, I want to leave it behind. Like I was scrolling through social media this morning, and in light of everything that has happened in the United States over the past couple of days or pertaining to the US president over the past couple of days, like social media was just talking about it. And I'm just looking at it. I'm like, this is exhausting.
It can be.
The left calling the right out, the right calling the left out. Like it's all this back and forth. There is no unity. And to be honest, me scrolling on social media is not going to bring us unity. So I'm just like, how about if I can't bring us unity, how about I bring me sanity? Like, let's focus on the show. So I'm just like, I want to leave that behind. Feeling like I need to be on social media, carving out more social media free days so that I can get my sanity back and just not deal with things.
Okay.
All right, what about you?
All right. For me, I was thinking about a couple of different things. So, but I have to set this up. My 2025 ended up being a really good level up year for me in a lot of different ways. But one of the things that I could have done better about, I would say, man, I'm going to reduce something and I'm going to kick myself for saying this. I have a budget for gambling. It'd be difficult for me to say I'm going to eliminate gambling and leave that behind in 2025, but I'm going to gamble less. I'm going to be mindful about like where my money's going. I guess in general, like not just with gambling, but just in general, I want to really be like a hawk with income and expenses. And I say I'm going to reduce frivolous, um, because I did do some I'm dumb spending, but it's part of my budget. Frivolous spending. I actually have a line item for it. I'm going to reduce that. I want to reduce frivolous spending and leave that behind in 2025 to where 2026 purchases, investments, whatever, there's a reason for doing it. There's a reason for getting and eliminating the debt. There's a reason that this dollar, this 5 cents, this penny is going to this area. So that's what I want to leave behind in 2025 is frivolous spending. I did a lot of that.
You know what I would like you to leave behind in 2025?
Yes.
Doing everything for everyone.
Okay. Deal. I do. I do a lot for people. And if I were to change my mind, actually, I think that's what I would do.
Honestly, because
No, let me
your
pause.
spending's not that bad.
Yeah, actually, pause. Flag on the play. Erase that. What she said. Thank you, babe. I did a lot for people in 2025 that really didn't bear a lot at the end of the day. And to those people, y'all know who y'all are. You got this. Or I'm gonna have to start charging for my time, charging for the services and things like that. Because I did a lot of stuff for people for free, and I didn't mind doing it. But for 90% of the people, I thought that they would continue and grow and really be mindful of the value and things that they were trying to put out, and they didn't. There was only one that I kind of feel bad about that I didn't fulfill my obligation to, and that was on me, and I'm aware of that. And that's it. Yes.
I'm going to be honest. It's not about them wasting your time that made me make that statement. What made me make that statement is the fact that, and I say this with love, I say this on camera and off camera, you don't multitask well.
But I can.
Okay. So hold on. Let me.
Please continue.
So you don't multitask well. So when you are doing all these things for all these other people, things for you don't get done. And then you fall behind. And I say this with all due love and respect. You and I are moving in together, and we have, like, when we sat down and we made our cohabitation agreement, we agreed to do things and to work on things. And the moment you start adding things to your plate because you're doing it for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z, that pushes down on the priority list the things that you do for you. And for a selfish standpoint, the further you push things down on the list for you, the more it impacts me later on. And I'm looking at it like, you would have had time to do this if you weren't doing A, B, C, D, and E for other people. So yeah, it comes back to being from a selfish standpoint.
I was going to say, sounds very selfish. But no, for a lot of reasons, to include what you just said, I actually agree with that. So for 2025, I am leaving behind doing a lot for others. Absolutely. Deal. That's easy, actually.
Like, I want to see you thrive. Like, you set out this goal to have your wake up with the actual King Smith, right? It's something that you do on your YouTube channel every weekday morning, where you go live and you talk for like 30 minutes before you go to work. And you had started that on and off the entire 3 years that we've been together, and you would fall off because you got delayed because you were doing X, Y, and Z for other people. And I'm like, that's for your betterment. That's something that could potentially, be this big revenue stream for you. And you had to delay it because you were doing stuff for other people, not because you weren't up or not because you didn't have the ability to do it. And I'm like, I want to see you succeed so badly.
Oh, thank you.
But I realize that, like me, your kind heart is one of the things that steps in the way of you being able to do that.
'Cause I'm only one man doing what I can to give you everything you need. Who's that, Jaheim?
I don't know. Probably sounds like it.
I forget who it was.
Sounds
Tank.
like
It was one of them rappers or singers.
So like that's my thing. Like I want you to stop that so that you can do the things that you need to do for you.
So scratch what I said about what I was leaving behind, and I'm replacing it with her recommendation because it is a solid recommendation, and I'm all for it. So that's what I'm doing.
Thank you.
What about 2026? What are you most looking forward to this upcoming year?
I'm not going to say I'm anxious about 2026. What I will say is I have for 2025, my goal was to find life balance. So to take things off of my plate and replace them with things that brought me joy or gave me some level of peace or balance. For 2025, I really want to focus on writing. I really want
For 2026.
I really want to focus on writing. I really want to focus, again, back to those things that bring me peace so that I'm not always stressed and overwhelmed, because that reflects on King. Again, we're moving in together this year. And if I am stressed out, if I'm anxious on top of my ADHD and everything that I have going on, that's going to fall on King. And King does not need to be I was about to give a really bad analogy. King does not need to bear the brunt of something that was due to someone else or something else happening in my life. Like that's not fair to him. So I'm just trying to write, find my little corner and just write, mind my business.
Cool. I'll say for me, there are things that because we don't cohabitate, that is harder for us to do together as content creators. But I like the experiences. Like we married the experience of enjoying New Orleans while also capturing content to post on our various channels. And I think we do a pretty good job of it. The capturing and the creating the content, we're still working on that. That's going to improve as we do a little bit more of it. The editing part is the part that's tricky. But what I'm looking forward to 2026 is to doing a lot more of that, where we are capturing things that we are doing together and we're sharing that. And part of the reason it isn't to share and showcase and be like, oh, look at us, like we're doing this and y'all aren't. No, it's interesting having conversations with people where you can spark up questions or talk about subjects. And then in that conversation, you go, huh, I never thought about that. Or, oh, you know what? That's a pretty cool idea. Let me bring this up with my significant other or ask them, hey, let's go and do XYZ. And you just kind of go from there. I get plenty of inspiration and ideas from other content creators about going out, trying something, and doing something because for me, experiences are something that I look forward to. I've always, since I joined the military and was in an aviation career field, loved the fact that it wasn't just going to new places that I liked, it was going to those places and experiencing things like riding the Thailand death go-karts that seemed like they was going 60 miles an hour on a go-kart place in Thailand, or getting a chance to pet and play with the elephants and things like that. Going and traveling to a European country and waking up wondering where am I at, only to find some very hospitable people make me some crepes in the morning and assist me in getting back to my hotel. Those were my days in my youth anyway. But it's experiences. So what I'm looking forward to in 2026 is to not only create these experiences and have these experiences, but to share them with Michelle because she's awesome to be around. I'm gonna be honest, with the exception of, I'm gonna just say it, whatever. You being a vegan is something to plan around. It is. So
if you don't just go ask Gemini how to plan around my veganism and just move past it, sir.
So if you are dating somebody where one person is vegan and the other one isn't, just understand that there will have to be some extra planning that goes along with that.
And I just want to say, not just vegan, but with any health restrictions. So, for example, my brother is not vegan. However, he has celiac disease, so he can't have gluten. So that's actually, go figure, sometimes harder than trying to find vegan food. Finding gluten-free food, because you can get a vegan donut, but a gluten-free donut may be harder to find.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I can, because people will throw wheat in anything.
True.
So that one I would beg to differ is the harder one to plan for. Plus, we're both on stuff that suppress our appetite anyway.
Still harder to plan for. But to go back to but to go back to wrapping up on that thought, yeah, I'm looking forward to creating the experiences and sharing them and things like that.
So we talked about what we would like to be left in 2025 from other people. Something that I would like to see for us, aside from the effective communication or leaving behind poor communication in 2025, one of the things that I would like to see for us is just more intentionality. And this is not to say that we don't already do it. We have great intentionality when we are together. I think we both sometimes can get distracted when we're together, just, thinking of random stuff. So I want us, especially when we do move in together, to have more intentional time together.
That sounds exhausting.
You sound like a hater.
What does that mean, more intentional time together?
That means that, like, so often you hear about people who move in together and they become roommates over years. I don't want that to happen to us.
Oh, okay.
That we just get so accustomed to the other person's presence that we just end up becoming glorified roommates. I don't want that.
So you're saying, like, outside of work,
Mm-hmm.
outside of professional obligations,
Mm-hmm.
and outside of personal obligations,
Mm-hmm.
like just ensuring that we spend intentional time together.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about this on air at some point?
But it's a new year.
Now, I'm just trying to remind myself because I know we talked about it.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember if we talked about it on air. Yeah, it still sounds exhausting. No, I get you. I agree because there's no point in us to live like roommates. Castle and I were talking about that. And one of the interesting conversations that her and I had today was knowing people who are adults that are together out of like convenience or because they're old and they don't have anybody else. I'm like, no. I will not be in a relationship for convenience. Like, to me, that's the worst.
And
like,
that's exactly what I don't want us to get to.
It's a waste of resources. Like, no, you go do your thing. I'm going to go do my thing while I worry about myself. The end.
And that's exactly what I don't want us to get to. I do not want us to get to the point where we are solely roommates.
So what does that look like? Just so that I could prepare for what you're talking about over here.
So understanding that there's a difference between if I come home at 3:00 and you get off at 5, there's a difference between saying, oh, well, we spent the whole evening together. And the reality is you were in your room you were in your office working on something, and I was in a different part of the house working on something else. We're physically in the same place at the same time, but we're not even together. So not counting that as quality time if we weren't even together. Like, there's a difference between spending time with someone and spending quality time with someone.
Okay, but you're not saying that we have to feel that time together. Like, every single time that time is ticking and we're not doing something separate. Oh, King, we got to be together. Like, that's not what you're saying.
No.
Okay. All right. Just being 100% clear. Because I need my time. What? You need your time.
It's just the way you said it. It's not what you said. It's the way you said it.
Everybody needs their time.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay. Just clear communications. Effective communications.
Trust me, I need my time too.
Bet. And I ain't just talking about time on the throne. Y'all guys out there know what I'm talking about. But okay. I'm with that. It was interesting talking to Castle about that today and just her thoughts and hearing how she views it. So Castle's our daughter. She is a young adult that is going out there and attempting to find her footing as a newly minted adult. And having that conversation with her about feeling lonely and what it means to be in a healthy relationship versus just being in a relationship in general. Like, she understands what that means. And I think that even at her young age, she has a good grasp and a good idea of what is healthy versus what's not healthy. Like, I know a young couple that's going through it. The guy is not great for this young woman, but she is so, I don't know, she's stuck on him for several reasons, and she can't see that when he uses her up, he's going to discard her and move on. And I'm like, she's going to have to learn the hard way.
Piggybacking off of what you were talking to Castle about, are you finally able to understand that you can be with someone and still be alone?
Sort of. Only because I wouldn't do that. Meaning the decision to cut the cord would happen.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna be with somebody and feel alone. Like if I like for me, that's not a hard decision to do. Is hey, look, we ain't working. Cut. It will hurt, especially like if I wanted it to work. But if I'm with somebody and I feel alone, that's no, like I can't, my brain can't think through why I would sit in something like that, which is funny because at one point I even suggested doing that to somebody else.
But I don't just mean relationships. I mean in general. You can physically be in the presence of someone else and still be alone. Just because two people are dwelling in the same space does not mean that one of them or both of them don't feel alone.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand it. I guess I don't understand it. I don't know what it feels. Maybe because like I don't know, like I like being alone. So I don't know what feeling alone is when I could either be or not be. like I can like I exist and I'm happy in that existence. Whether I'm existing with somebody or not, it changes nothing for me. Let me know, y'all. Am I tripping? Are y'all able to be with somebody but still be or feel alone? Like I hear the concept of what you're saying. I just don't understand it. Just saying. I don't understand it.
There are so many things, King, where I honestly think you should count your blessings that you don't understand what other people go through.
I am okay with that. I can live in my own little King Island and be happy on King's Island. That I don't understand loneliness, that I don't miss people. What else?
I don't know. But I thought about something else.
Oh,
I am saying publicly
in the last couple of minutes of today's live stream,
that I would like us to move from a place of buying each other gifts.
wait, what?
I want us to move from a place of buying each other gifts. I don't want us to buy each other gifts anymore.
Wait, then how would I get hoodies like this?
Speaking of which, did you check out our new sweatshirts?
Yeah.
They are from Embroily, I guess is how you pronounce it. EMBROLY. I sent in a picture of the two of us and they did like this sketch outline and then they put it on the shirts. I was intentional about what I did because I know he likes hoodies and I'm shifting over into more of a sweatshirt mentality. I did purple for my individual brand and I did a goldenrod yellow for King because that's his brand's color. And then together, you have us. And then it's The King and Me established 2022.
I don't think I can do that. We're going to have to figure something else out.
First of all, this coming from the person who is always like, no, you don't have to get me anything for Christmas. You don't have to get me anything for my birthday. You don't have to get me anything for Father's Day. But now I'm saying, let's not give gifts. Let's give experiences.
Oh, see,
and this is what you're saying.
I didn't hear the second part because we didn't get there yet. My bad. You were saying let's move from gifts to giving experiences.
Yes.
Hey, all right, I could be on board with that. But like I still got gift ideas. Even though I'm not a gift giving person, there are things that like float up there that I'm like, Michelle would like this.
I can't win for losing, y'all.
Just don't get me gifts. Except if it's nice hoodies like this, which been getting compliments on and stuff. Or things like my Apple AirTag for my wallet because that's my most used gift ever that you've ever gotten from me. Or the Alabama playing cards, which are dope, by the way. And those are so cool. There's plenty more stuff. But I hear you. Look,
but
y'all.
Like other than those things.
Well, look, y'all. It is time. Thanks for tuning in to the King and Me show. We are going to be back live next week on the King and Me Show and all of our other partnerships that we are on as well. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. For those of y'all that are going to be new rocking with us in 2025, thank you. Thank you. 2026, thank you. To everybody in 2025 that rocked with us, that will continue to rock with us in 2026. We give you a salute as well. You got anything to close us? Matter of fact, yeah, just close us out.
How do we?
I don't know. I put you on the spot. Hey, we can close out with that. Bye, y'all.
Oh, we're supposed to be going on an adventure this Friday. So let's all pray for no rain. And then you all will get to see the pictures of our adventure. See, this is why I need you to take stuff off your. This is why I need you to take stuff off your plate, so that way when stuff. I didn't add anything.
What did you add?
That way, when there's stuff that's already on our calendar, he knows, because he never looks at his calendar, so he never knows when things are happening.
Yeah,
I look at my calendar quite frequently.
Okay,
quite often.
Yeah,
give me a kiss.
That works. Because we are going to do something else in the middle of January. But yeah. All right.
I love you.
Love you too, baby. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Check out our website, thekingandmeshow.com.